Alrighty, so we're going to make this program run forever, or so to speak. Well, right now the program is set; it runs once, which is kind of boring. But there are sometimes you want things just run once, like your dragster that you're going to make. That runs, kind of once. It goes down to the finish line and stops. How we make that happen is we put in this thing, a while statement. So while something is going on, something's happening. Now you can put in while bump switch equals 0 kind of thing, which is, do it until I press the bump switch. Or we can do it forever-ish by saying while 1 equals 1. So that's the program. And then run this stuff, which is all of these, turn the LED off to make sure it's off. When I touch, turn things on, turn my LED on. I'm just indenting them because we like them to look neat because they are a loop inside the while. So if I indent them, I see them inside the while. It just gets much more important when you write bigger programs that have multiple loops. So you can see what is a loop of what. Until touch, stop motor, the center, and turn off. And then what it does, it goes back up to the top of the while and says, hey, does 1 still equal 1? Yeah, well, run the program, runs through it, boom, goes back up. Does 1 still equal 1? Yeah. Okay. Now you could put a counter up here, create a variable called counter and say, while counter is less than 5, do this. And then at the bottom, you would say, hey, now that I did it once, counter equals counter plus 1. It comes up and says, oh, is it less than 5? Yeah, 1's less than 5. Runs, counter equals counter plus 1. So now the counter would equal 2. That's like how you add things up. All right. So you may notice that my light didn't work. No, you didn't see it because you didn't see my light didn't work. I said to turn the LED light on, and then mine didn't actually go on. So I came back here and looked why. It says, oh, I mistakenly made my light a touch sensor, which is not true. My light is a light, Vex LED. Now the light's actually going to work. Remember to apply. Since I'm changing things, I want to save as. And I want this to be a loop. So loop, motors with switches and light. Bam. Now we go. I don't want to change that other program. I wanted to use it and just add on a little bit so I didn't have to redo all the setups and have to retype all that. So now I got one open curly bracket here saying do the while, one open curly bracket here saying do this. Since I added an open curly bracket, I need to close that curly bracket. 2 opens, 2 closes. So this open close is for the loop. This one is for the whole program. So compile program. There were no errors. Turn my robot on. Download the robot. Start. All right, it's running. It's waiting for me to hit a button. So I hit the button, and 2 motors go, and the light turns on. I hit the bump switch, and only 1 motor turns off. And the light turned off. Well, why did only 1 motor turn off? Then I hit the limit switch again. Hey, the light goes back on. The other motor goes on. Hit the bump switch. 1 motor goes off. Like, turn the robot off, and then it'll stop. Okay, why did it do that? Because I never told it to turn the other motor off. So it just kept coming up here and running the program, which says turn the motor on, turn the motor on, turn the motor on. So if you want to turn it off, you better turn it off. So I would come in here, Control C, Control V, and that was the right motor I want to turn off. All right. Compile program, make sure everything's still good, make sure I didn't forget like a semicolon. Download the robot. Turn your robot on. Hit start. Press the switch, both motors and light turns on. Press the other switch, everything turns off. Press the limit switch, they turn on, other switch off. This is going to go on forever because while 1 equals 1, 1's always 1. So that's how you get a loop in there and make it run forever.